play this because this is a fun game. I like it, and again, what is a better game to play in the middle of the winter than it is to play Frostpunk, a game where everything is freezing cold. So, best of luck.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Thank you, Mouse, for being in the way of that cutscene. A new home. We fled London, thank God, and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world, as we know, has crumbled. We have to survive. Unfortunately, I have played this game before in my own sort of free time, so I expect to survive. If I don't, I'll be tremendously disappointed. The cold. Stockpile some coal, start the generator. Alright, let's have a look at what we got going here. We got piles of stuff all over the place. We have some coal deposits, iron deposits, all sorts of good stuff. Lovely jubbly. Alright, let's do the first thing on the agenda. Coal. Nope, that's wood steel. This is double coal. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to place this building here. And I'm going to place this building over here. I'm then going to start gathering from all of these places to get as much wood as possible, as well as some extra coal. And we go to the Book of Laws. The Book of Laws is great. We get all of our laws here, including such pleasant things like fighting arenas where people beat each other up for entertainment, which is fair enough, or 24-hour working shifts, which I'm sure some people are used to in life, or children at work, because of course they should be. But to some of these laws, there are alternatives. We have child shelters, where instead of sending children to work, we send children to be safe in a shelter, to be looked after. They don't, they're not going to suffer or anything. And then after that, laws lead into other things. There's a couple other things. You have cemeteries or ditches. You have sustaining life, so people will stay in medical posts even if they can't be healed fully, or treated fully. Or you can chop their limbs off to deal with frostbite. Both are reasonable options. You have adding sawdust into soup into the meals, or just making soup. You know, these are the options you're going to go with. The first one I am going to go with is the emergency shift, for a simple reason. Because the emergency shift is key to our survival. And then we're going to start the game. We need some wood. So everyone's homeless, the generator's not on, but we're going to produce some stuff, and we're going to go. So we're going to get some wood, and then with this wood, the first thing we're going to immediately do is start building streets. Because I want a street that leads to this gathering post. Because gathering posts are lovely, because they're warmer. Because believe it or not, a building is warmer than just piles of crap all over the place. So that's the first thing on my to-do list, is building these gathering posts. So the people can work in the gathering post to gather these things, rather than out in the bare cold. The other thing I'm going to do immediately is I'm going to build a medical post to deal with any people that get ill immediately. And you may be wondering, oh, what should I build houses? Well, the answer is no, because they will handle that. I can't fit 2 in there, which is a bit annoying. But I can fit you there. So we just continue building these things, speed up the game a tad. And then now that that's done, we can take people off of this, and there's now put them there. Which is good. So now we're getting even more stuff. The other things that we should probably build is possibly another gathering post, like another gathering post like up this street, and then maybe one here as well. Pretty sure that reaches. It does reach. Cool. Because again, gathering posts are warmer. Warmer places mean less people get ill as quick. And the other important thing, I can put an emergency shift on this place in order to drive this up. The other thing we're going to immediately build is a workshop, because I need to do research. Now let's go to a few other bits that are important. We have several things that are probably important to worry about. The fact that no one has a home. I will provide shelter for everyone. I will provide shelter for everyone. You do get these problems every now and again where people come up to you saying, hello, we have this issue, like being homeless, and can you help us? You can either tell them to piss off, kindly, to go away, or you could say I'll do some of it, or I'll do it properly. In this case, because it is something I plan to do anyway, I plan to provide shelter for everyone. I will provide shelter for everyone. So in 2 days, I've got to fight that shelter. I also need to turn the generator on. With 12 hours worth of coal. That's not very good, actually. Thank you. Cool. I didn't really read what that said, but the generator's now on. There's 11 hours left. If the generator's not on, it will not like it very much. But, fortunately for me, I can build that second gathering post. And I can also man this medical post. I can take these engineers out, put you here. I can also think about building a couple houses. Not many, but a couple houses. Now this is the big stuff, the research tree. The research tree is simple. You spend resources, it takes time. Once you've employed some engineers into place, that also helps. Yeah, and then you get more resources. You get more things. You get to research things like heaters, which are useful for in workstations. You can heat the place. You get steam hubs, which we'll talk about later. You get the beacon, which allows us to do scouts. But the first and most important thing is faster gathering. Because that just gives 15% extra gathering speed for all of my gathering posts, which there are many of. So this thing just disappeared. I'm not getting any coal. I have 9 hours of coal left, right? But we are going to research this, and we are also going to put an emergency shift on, so that this thing works through the night. Same as this thing. Early emergency shifts are huge, because your discontent is fine, as it is, as long as it doesn't go too high. Medical post is active, which means the one person that is ill is being treated, and he will be as a child as well. Who cares? And now we have all the facility. We're now clearing up all of the stuff everywhere, and it's in a warmer facility, which means less people are getting ill. Now we go to the next thing. So after emergency shift, we did gain the extended shift, which is like emergency shift but better. Rather than 10-hour workdays, which is the standard, I think it's like from 8 till 6. 8 till 6 or something like that. You shift it to a 14-hour workday, so it goes from 6 till 8. This increases discontent, but it's better than this, and it allows, and it doesn't. This has a cooldown. This is like a setting, so it's a bit better. The other options are things I could sign. I think I am just going to sign extended shift right away, and I'm going to shift all of these buildings here to extended shift. Because early game resources are important. I'd rather have resources than... I'd rather have the resources from these buildings than have lower discontent. What are you talking about? Family torn apart. We're trying, okay? You know, your people are lost in the wasteland. I'm trying, okay? I'm really trying. You may not think I am, but I'm trying. There's also a problem of food. People need food. And we'll solve that by building a cookhouse. Cookhouse? Yeah, cookhouse. Cookhouse cooks raw food into food rations feed people, and so on and so on. But the nighttime's fine. This is the problem. There's a temperature drop coming. And I'm not ready for it. I'm not in a position to deal with that right now. Let's get through the night. And someone died. That is due to emergency shift. Emergency shift will always kill a person. It's quite annoying, but it does always kill a person. And it's the second time you use it where it will kill one of the workplaces. So we're going to end this emergency... Oh, I didn't really want to extend all of emergency shifts. That's fine, actually. And now we have to do a corpse disposal. Well, yeah, I can open the book of laws, and yes, I would want to sign one of these, but there's other things I want to sign beforehand. Because you got to wait to sign stuff. But now we're down to engineer, which is a minor problem, but not a major problem. Cool, faster gathering research. We're now going to immediately go into the sawmill, because sawmills are also really good for pumping out wood. Cool, all these buildings are working at a great area. Some people are stuck building, but that's not too much of a problem. Let's put the engineers in here to cook food for now. And then I do have to house people. Housing people, fortunately, can be done in other areas. So we're getting the sawmill, we're gathering up all the stuff. We're producing enough coal to keep the generator running. The generator burns coal, and this thing will not be turned off for the rest of the game. I won't turn this thing off again. I turn it on, and it stays on. For forever and ever and ever. This thing only just consumes more. I kind of want to build road out to here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a tent, and then I'm going to build a road like out to here, because then I can build another gathering post here to collect all of this coal. Mission complete. Now we've got to do food. Build a hunter's house or a hothouse. I don't get why I would even suggest to build a hothouse. Because if you go to the food section, okay, there's no hothouse. Where's the hothouse? Turns out the hothouse is in the research tree. It's actually here. I can't even research the thing yet. I need tier 1 technology, which you have to research. So yeah, make sense of that. But we have just gained sawmills. Now I'm going to grab the beacon next. And I'm also going to build a sawmill. Sawmills are cool because they mine wood. They chop wood. And they are decent. They chop a lot of wood. If you go to the actual menu, it comes up, they do about 80 wood per standard workday. which is normal workday. These things produce, except this is not a lot of wood. Like, it's not a lot of wood. As for housing people, well, people are unfortunately just going to have to live outside of the range of the generator, because I want that range for other things. Which is going to be bad when the temperature goes down, because these tents are not built to survive this level of stuff. Okay, I'm going to do that, I think. And then Hunter's Hut as well are also quite cool, because Hunter's Huts can be built wherever you like. Because they don't care about the temperature. They also are very strong temperature-wise, but they don't care about the temperature at all. Some wood here. Cool. You're gathering wood at a nice rate. You're gathering wood and steel. Cool. About 2 hours for that beacon. I think it's just going to not complete in time. Which is a bit annoying. But we're doing okay. We're going to build this Hunter's Hut. Which Hunter's Hut is nice. Hunter's Hut produces food. But we're okay for food. We've got about 2 days worth of stuff. People from a convoy, they now want us to build a beacon. I'm working on it. I'm literally just about to. Okay, next law. Cemetery's not a bad thing. It gives extra hope. Or I could sign for Sustain Life. Just preemptively, because I don't have the resources, because that's one thing with these laws. I don't have the resources to build a fighting arena. I don't have 15 wood to go to spare. I don't have it. Because I need to build houses before everyone gets annoyed. I don't have wood to build a child shelter. Hell, I don't even have wood to build a cemetery. So Sustain Life is a thing that it's a law I'm gonna sign anyway, so I may as well sign it. I also have less than a day in order to house everyone, which is a bit risky. A bit risque. If I can put 4 people in here, that's a good start, because that will allow me to... That's a good start. I should have. Wait, can I cancel that and get all wood back? I can get all the wood back. I'm pretty sure. You're closed, so I'll worry about that later. I'll turn you off for now, so I can improve my discontent. I would like to start researching the heaters. You know, I'm gonna research the heaters. And I'm gonna. How much do I need for the beacon? I need 20. If I do that, I can build this beacon, which is another building that also doesn't require any heating. So I want to build those things. That's ready for researching next time. And we're building 1 extra house, so I only need 4 more, which is another 38 wood. I can do that, I think, before the end of the day. And I'll probably build a few of them within the range of the shelter of the generator. With enough wood, I can also redesign it so it works properly. Beacon built. Cool. So the beacon allows us to send people out into the frozen wasteland so that they can find things, and by things I mean people, and by people I mean workers. Because I need people to get food, I need people to get resources, I need people to do all the lovely things. So we need to create a scout squad. But a scout squad requires 40 wood and 5 workers, so we'll work on that later, because I need shelter first. But I also need the sawmill, right? Beacon, we needed a win. People cheer for giant observation. Good. Okay, win achieved. I'm also going to take those people off and put that on there. I'm also going to slap that on an emergency shift. Discontent is fine to go up. It does eventually go down, because the temporary modifiers are what's killing it. But I need this thing working because I need wood. And then eventually these things will finish collecting all the resources nearby, so that's all good. 3 people in medical posts is good, because it's like a cycle. The homeless people are a problem. And these tents, they're livable right now, but that's gonna drop 2 levels, and it's gonna go from +1 to -1. And a temperature gauge works very nicely. -20 means that the standard land around you is essentially at 0, is the way to look at it. So here it's at 0. There is no difference at -20. +1 puts it to livable, and +2 puts it to comfortable, which means no one can fall ill ever. These tents, if you're living in these tents, you won't get ill at night. If you're living in these tents, you have a slim chance of getting ill at night, because it's +1. +1 for livable. But when the temperature drops down 2 levels to -40, because it works in tens, this is going to go from livable all the way down to cold. Moderate risk of falling ill. There's a problem. These ones will be okay because they're going to drop from comfortable to chilly. Chilly I can deal with. Cold is a problem. And this is the other reason why you cannot just work directly in the steel wreckages, because the chillies are going to drop to very cold. Oh boy, that's a big problem. You're screwed if you're in there. Whereas the gathering posts fortunately have +1s, they're only considered cold. And if we get heaters, you can +1 at them again to put them up to chilling. It's I like the system. It's very easy to work out what you need, and it just works well. But I think either way, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take 5 workers out from this, and I am going to immediately create this scout squad. I'm going to send them this way. Because I want to get them going as soon as possible. Also, these scouts are absolute gigajads in that they will not perish while out here unless it's an event. There are a few events where they could die. But it doesn't matter how cold, doesn't matter anything. They are fine while they're out there. That is 5 less people I have to feed, 5 less people I have to home. Hell, I don't even have to house them. Like, they are just 5 people that do their own biz. Okay, I'm gonna turn that on so that starts working, because I do need heaters. I'm also gonna invest in these tents. I'm gonna get rid of this road for the purpose of I would like to build... Why is it so big, these houses? Cool. I want to build houses. That's 2 houses there which are in the heated zone. And I'm going to build an extra one here. And I wish I could build an extra one here, but I can't. Invalid, invalid, build, invalid. Can I build a second workshop in this gap? I can build one, but I'm not going to right now because I want the resources for other things. For other things and doodads. This is about to finish collecting all of that. You're gonna pick up more wood for me, which is pretty nice. I have enough coal for 3 days worth, which is why heaters are good, because you'd be shocked about how much coal you actually get from just general doing stuff. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to take some of the wood I have, build some extra roads, and I'm going to see if I can build another sawmill a bit into those areas. Because these gathering posts, oh look, the steel wreckage is gone. Steel is a resource that we'll worry about later, because most things are built with wood right now. Wood crates depleted. You're nearly finished. You'll be finished before the end of the day, which is nice. And also the houses do need to be built, so I need unemployed people. I need unemployed people bad, so I'm going to take these people off so they can start building these homes. And these guys as well, because I need them building these houses, because I've only got 4 hours left to actually construct the stuff. Okay, what's after the woods? Okay, so you sustain life. And again, I don't really have the resources here, so I'm going to get this law next, which is overcrowding. Overcrowding is a law that you think, for the sake of morality and humanity, extra rations for the ill so we can give food to people so they recover quicker. Great idea. Or we can double the capacity of our medical facilities. So now it holds 10 people. People in medical facilities don't get worse is the important part of that. They don't get worse. Are people, like, building? They should be. Cool, heaters are done. We can now work on the next level of technology. I'll worry about some of the other stuff later. I'm not gonna get this done, am I? Because these things are not gonna be finished. Still records depleted. Scouts have reached the thingy. Cool. We found some people. And if you can send them to the city, they will run back on their own feet. And some of them may die. It will also take them ages. So we escort them. So the scouts will take them back. It'll take them 5 hours, and we're all good. These houses are not actually getting constructed. Oh wait, no, this house is. And then we can deconstruct this building, which is good. It means these workers can work on building the houses rather than, because this does not have much time. And yeah, this is gonna bypass. Ow. I was very close to completing it. That's not fun. Ow. That was mean. That was mean of you. Now let's put you guys in here, put you guys in here. Okay, we have coal for a long time, which is nice. We also have food coming in, which is okay. We have enough rations for people. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start building extra tents ready for these people, because that's another 30 odd people that's going to arrive. So we're going to build some extra tents, which is good. But this thing can now be deconstructed. There's nothing near it anymore. This thing can also pretty much get deconstructed because there's nothing in it. Here you can see the heaters at play. So this building, this building, this building, when it's finished building, this building, and this building are going to want their heaters. Heaters only turn on during the workday, so if there's no one in it, they don't turn on. So I can turn them all on now, preemptively. Hope is also low, but fortunately we have gained some more people. There's a lot of homeless people. Let's go that way. Can you do 24-hour shift? No, you can't. But we also have extra stuff, which is very helpful. Let's also grab another medical post, because I think that might be a good idea. People! They've arrived! And by people, of course, I mean workers. See, this is the joy of the game. We'll look for others. So we can send you guys here, we can send you guys here, we can send you guys here. And then we're all good. We have coal for everyone. We're going to continue the search. We're just going to keep looking. We're going to do that. I'm going to build these houses, so there's 45 there. I'm building enough houses for people, which is good. And also, you can't even use heaters on crates either, which is another like thing. Cool. We're gonna man this. We're gonna turn that heater on as well. We're also gonna turn that there. Also gonna put you onto another shift. Discontent is extremely high. I probably should have done that. I should probably have not done that. Okay, we're very high on discontent, but I think we should be okay. We're not actually gonna use that other thing. Because I'm going to put them... Actually, no. I'll keep it there. Let him rest. Yes, let him rest. I didn't really need that discontent, and then we'll just replace it with someone else. Now we have someone who's sick, but they're fine, because they will be sent into the infirmary. Infirmary, medical post. Infirmaries are the good buildings. People are hungry, but that's fine, and no one is homeless anymore. That's good. We now have the level 2 technology, which here only gives us the hothouses that I was mentioning earlier. Medical post upgrade, so 10% faster healing, it's not bad. There's a few good things that be useful. Here's the generator power. Power and range. Power increases the amount of heat it produces, duh. And the generator range increases the range of the generator, which is good. We also have steam hubs, we'll get to those. For now, though, I am going to invest into a sawmill upgrade. Yes, I'm going to invest in a sawmill upgrade for extra wood. we have 20 odd engineers. There's engineers working where workers should be. Is why there's like not a problem, but that's why there's stuff with it. I'm also going to build a second hunter's hut. And I'm going to preemptively build like the roads here for the coal mines that need to go here. And now this is where things get bad. Because remember that temperature drop I was talking about? Places are working. We're gonna... Right now, I'm actually gonna keep that building off and just increase my research speed. Until there's 10 people in care, I don't need to worry about it. Also, this building is gonna run out soon. This building is getting deconstructed. This building is going to run out soon. And all of a sudden, we're going to have to switch from gathering stuff to other means. And now you can see how everything goes to hell. Oh look, my lovely warm shelters are now not so warm anymore. See, those heaters come into play. Now things are chilly. Chilly I can deal with. Cold, that's a different question. So this is where the other medical post is going to come into play big time. These are going to come with some extra food. And then we have the economy section, which is actually quite handy. So the economy section tells you what things are doing. How much stuff you're producing. So the two important ones I like to look at is the coal. Because if you run out of coal, you're dead. You're screwed. Run out of coal, you're done. There's nothing more to it, you're just done. Okay? Wood is nice because you can figure out how much wood you're gaining, which the answer is a lot. There's a lot of wood we're gaining. Steel, we're not gaining any. But again, that's not too much of a problem. Food is the other one that I need to look at because, oh crap, I'm not producing much food. I need raw food. I need to quadruple the amount of raw food I'm producing. Which means I'm probably going to need that many hunter's huts. So, yeah. But don't worry, in 2 days' time, the temperature will go up a level. Which is more manageable. Manageable doesn't mean it's good, though. But I have resources, is one of the important bits. Gathering post resources depleted. So this thing now has no more resources. So now I've just gained some workers. Some workers who can work in here. So that I can man the medical post and also man this building as well. Discontent's very high and low, and hope is also very low. But we're going to solve that problem. So now we need to start thinking about grabbing things like the coal mine. It's easy, the coal mine now. Also, extra scouts. Extra scouts is good because the more scouts, the more exploring you can do. So I'm going to grab extra scouts now. I'm going to slowly but surely the amount of... the discontent will go down due to this happening. High discontent times 12. Oh god. The discontent is very high. But this building is now done, so I can get rid of it. And it'll also shift you down and shift you down as well. So discontent's now... I think discontent's now not as bad as it has been. I'm going to get that, which is extra food. I'm now halfway to the needed production. People aren't starving yet. But now storage is near capacity. Which is, I am going to take people off of this. Storage is near capacity, right? And now we've got more scouts, so we're going to go into... Hunter's Gear, which should be a quick lore to do. And we're also going to immediately train up that extra batch of scouts. And start heading in the other direction. So this is, yeah, we're near production, which is why this is a bit of an issue. Okay, how many... Promise broken, cold at home. I still haven't even done corpse disposal. Oh god, yeah, I need to do that. Oh, crap. Cool. That's fine. Now these guys are free to location, so we can pick up all the resources. There's a bunch of text if you really want to read it. Travel to London, very far away, home 27 miles. Cool. And then we go to the steel bridge. They all deconstructed, which is fine. You can also see how much wood is in range, because it has to chop down these trees. Hello, food for overtime work. I'm gonna grab that, so I think that's a good idea. And that's how it should be, really. I'm still gonna use a lot of emergency shift, though. But discontent's way too high right now. Like, discontent is way too high. I can't trigger anything more discontent-wise. So, unfortunately, once this emergency shift runs out, I'm going to stop researching stuff. I would like to get this research done before the end of the day. So please don't run out, 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 please don't run out. Yes! Cool. So that increases the amount of stuff. Now we're going to go for the steelworks. The steelworks uses these steel deposits to mine steel, which is that other resources that I have. I'm also actually going to build a couple resource depots. I'll build them like... I'm going to build this resource depot like here and hope that that isn't in the way of that coal mine when I need to build it. So that just decreases my resources. Everything that can be heated is heated, which is what I want. I would rather things be hotter. Discontent is too high still. It's still too high. But it has just dropped down, which means I can activate something and then puts it back up again. That is very high. Oh, crap. Corpse disposal. Assign that. Okay, cemetery is again another building that can be as cold as it wants to be. So, we're going to put that there. Hope is up, but discontent is tremendously high. Overcrowded, medical facility, that's fine. Cold at home is bad, that's something I can't really get rid of. And the corpse disposal I will deal with now because I'm going to build this thing. This building is about to get built, which will reduce my this is as high as my distance has been in a long time. Thank you, emergency shift. So that should drop it a little bit. It does. That's not the thing. I'm gonna store coal in here. Coal's always a good thing to have. Let's put you in here, and then that should drop discontent. Hope rises. Cemetery established. Bosh. My discontent has dropped to a point where it's not terrible. What have you found? You found an automaton, so I can send it to the city to get the automaton, or I can scrap it for steam cores. You're gonna know why I did this later. Actually, the reason why... So, automatons are amazing, they're brilliant. They can replace an entire workforce for a building. They don't care about temperature, they don't need feeding. The only prerequisite for them to work is the generator's on, which is all the time. However, you can build them yourself, eventually. And to build them, you need the steam cores. So this here is a long-term investment, and I'd rather have 2 steam cores to build 2 automatons later, than to have the 1 automaton now. So I'm going to dismantle it, and get the resources. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this weather station, and continue going from there. Hope falls slightly, that's okay. Steelworks established, and we go coal mining. So the steelworks are these buildings here. We're going to build them both immediately, but I'm not going to man them both immediately, because it would take a horrendous amount of manpower to man them both. You've now reached your base. You're going to find survivors. Please escort them to the city, please. We're producing 20. Good, we're producing a decent amount of food now. It's still not enough, but it is certainly in the right direction. Hopefully we can get rid of these coal piles soon. But you can see the overcrowding coming into play now. It's not good for discontent, but it is good for recovery. I would be out of space. People who aren't in medical burst get worse. And people who get worse go to gravely ill, and people who are gravely ill are huge problems. Because they can't be treated in normal medical posts. These bases are just like, I don't even know what they do. It's just a slightly warmer place, and you might have a bowl of hot water or something. Something normal. They're okay. But here I present the coal mine. What a building. Okay, the other things, I could get the medical post upgrade. I could also get the extra range, which would be huge. I'm going to research the steam hubs in advance for something. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start building shelter, 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 and then I'm going to build a street through here, a street through here. And this will make sense soon. Yes, thank you, information for steam cores. Steam cores are huge. They are a finite resource. They can't be harvested. You can only find them. I just want to start saying. But, yeah, you can only find them. You can't manufacture them. So you gotta hope we find them. That's yeah. So that's all good. The steam cores are used for many things, including building coal mines. Coal mines are good because they are an infinite coal source. And it's just better. Like, there is an alternative to it. You can get the coal thumper, but thumpers need to be supported by gathering post, which are down here. Like, this is the gathering post stuff. And, like, you can either have a coal mine with 10 people in it produce 240 coal, or you can have a coal thumper with triple the amount of workers in gathering post to gather 2.5 times more, I guess. Not even that, like 2.2 times. It's just not good. So we proceed forward to day 5 of our fantastic journey. The scouts have reached the city. We do have some extra homeless people, but that's what you know. You guys are now going to go to the gloomy cave. It's like the Forest of Doom. You're going to go in there. You're going to go in there. You're going to go in there. Engineers, fortunately, can work in coal mines. And housing will be built to accommodate the extra people, and as well as extra food hubs, I think. Coal pile depleted. Nice. I just want this coal pile gone. Consumption? Yeah, we're fine for consumption. Coal for now, which is okay. We're gonna run out of food? Well, I said we're gonna run out of food. We're okay for food. I'm tempted to go straight into the tier 2 technology, because tier 2 technology has quite a few things that I would like. Included but not limited to efficiency, better heaters, range of the steam hubs, not too important. Faster scouts, outpost, and the factory. None of these are that useful, because the factory doesn't become good until you get the next stuff down here, and the outpost depot is not useful until you actually find the outpost and command them. Resources, you get a better sawmill and a better steelworks, which I guess is okay. But the big stuff is all here. We will need medical post upgrade for it, but you get the infirmary. Infirmary is absolutely amazing. Infirmaries are ridiculous. You also get hunting tactics, which reduces the amount of workers you need per 4 hunters' huts. You get flying hunters, which produce even more food. But we now have Steam Hub. A Steam Hub, I'm going to install one of them right here. Steam Hubs produce a heat zone around it, equivalent to what the generators output. This would have been helpful to have before. Not so much now, but it would have been helpful before. Okay, afterwards, we need the fighting arena. Because my discontent's too high, so I'm going to build a fighting arena. So I'm going to build these houses for people. These places are kind of operational. I will, once these are done, I will activate these places. Coal mines are amazing. We can grab a steam core. Winterhome. I don't want to go to Winterhome yet. Because I'm not really in a position to start that event. Let's go to Winterhome. We will have answers soon enough. Let's go to Winterhome. It can't be that bad, Winterhome. What could possibly go wrong? Finding arena built, hope rises. Look at the problems being solved. It cost me food rations, but fortunately, I actually have those food rations. I'd rather spend food rations on people... Ooh, a lot of people getting ill, which is quite scary. Go to the second one, just in case. But see, all of these homes are warmer. Not much warmer, but they are warmer. And then this is where the other part here comes into concern, because you can actually look and see if people are living in subpar housing. As you can see here, they are not. Just. And if you wanted to make life even better, you can initiate the overdrive. The overdrive is great, because the overdrive increases the amount of heat generated by the generator by 1 level. So all these homes are now livable. How lovely. And it doesn't produce any more coal. Oh, how amazing, but you do get this generator stress thing. When generator stress hits 100, you instantly lose the game. Because the generator blows up. Let's not do that. But you can edge it as high to 100 as you want. And it does gradually go down. So it can be useful in times of need when you just need that little bit of extra stuff. Look at that, all the discontents went down. Because it's all good. A few less people in medical beds is great. It's quite helpful, actually. We are going to start needing people working in the steelworks, less the coal mine. Now we have level 2 technology. I'm going to go straight into hunter tactics to get more workers to work for hunters' huts, because I don't have the resources actually to do the other stuff that I want. But we are going to get this medical post upgraded up, which, by the way, needs to be hot enough in order to function. What we're going to do is, because I don't want to burn the generator for no reason, oh look, the temperature's gone up. I'm going to turn off the overdrive, so now all the homes are considered livable. Livable is good enough for housing purposes. And not everyone is dying. But there is a few problems we're facing. And what problems are they? It's food. Food is the problem. We have enough to sustain the amount of, people that are here, but not much more than that. This is now gone, so we can deconstruct this building. And then we're going to immediately put more people into here, and then we're going to start building another hunter's hut here. And then we're going to build another one here. I don't have enough wood. The discontent's dropping. How lovely. Oh look, we found some survivors. Oh crap, there's bears. This is where I would normally do a bit of cheeky stuff, and I would save the game. Because I'm pretty sure this is chance. There is a chance that you can just die here. Not the game, but the scouts. But the scouts are Giga Chads. Exactly. The scouts are Giga Chads, they pick them up anyway, and off we go. Another thing that we'll learn about scouts is they move faster if they're going a route that you've already taken. So, for example, with this guy, when he eventually has to run all the way back to our city with survivors, probably, to get back out to here, it's faster to go here to here to here than it is to go here to here. They will travel this journey very quickly, because it's a place they've already discovered. It's a neat little trick, I think. Okay, hunting tactics is now done. So that's good. I am going to do just this medical post. I'm going to get this coal mine up and running. I need to finish gathering all of this coal. So now you've reached Winterhome! And this just wraps up the first part of my Frostpunk playthrough, just in time for the festive period. And so till next time, where we will see what the fate of Winterhome is, I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas this year, and I'll see you around.